interesting. This was my first time back at a game in years, and I really enjoyed the game, but what was really interesting is I've moved out to New Jersey now, and my husband has never been exposed to Indiana high school basketball, so I had to come this weekend so he get a chance to see what Indiana high school game was like and what the Wigwam was and the pregame show, because I've told him about it for years and years and years. So we both had a really good time, and this was, a chance for him to experience some of what I grew up with. When I went to Anderson, which I graduated from 77, I was manager of both the volleyball and the basketball team. So I was with the women's basketball team when they went to the semi-state for the first time, and having a pep rally for the first women's team was wonderful. Great experience. Enjoyed taking, and it was working with the teams, but yet I really had a lot of good memories with the teams I worked with, and the camaraderie with the other teams and the other sports, the gymnastics that was practicing, and and all the other stuff that was going on there too. When it came to the boys' home games, I was friends with a lot of the people in the band and would, hang out with them, and just had a lot of good times with that. And I spent while I don't live in Anderson now, I did spend a lot of time, and to me, Anderson is a place that always was a very friendly place, a very warm place, and a lot of good memories to come back to and experience. I still have a lot of friends that live here, so it's a nice kind of warm feeling to come back. One of my best memories of high school is that my best friend, we grew up in Anderson and going to high school together, and we're still good friends, and we still do a lot together and have a lot of crazy times and laugh, and we always had the ability to, no matter what was going on, we could find something funny and enjoyable to do in everything. And even with like this weekend, she took and got together and put together these shirts for us so that we had something to remember this weekend by, and also had our class and the Indian pride with that. And one of the things when the main building burnt down that I remember to this day, and I have a picture of, is somebody put a banner up on the back fence that had Indians Forever, but it was in English and Cherokee. And I think that goes to tribute to how much pride this community has, not just the alumni of it, but also the Native American community in the area of the school and the mascots. Okay, Carol Ann DeMoss was my maiden name, Klein now, graduated in 1977.
All right. Raul Sanchez is my name. Graduated class of 72. Felt real good to be back in the Wigwam tonight. The band sounded really good compared to other years that I've been there. That was a big plus. Seen a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. Really was a lot of fun. Oh my. Once an Indian, always an Indian. That's all I can say. That's it.
Hi, tonight was a really good night. Everybody got together with the alumni. My favorite part of being at Anderson High School was the basketball games and being with my best friend Carol Ann. And we had 4 generations graduate from Anderson High School, and I think that's really neat.
Well, my name is Sherry West, and I was an Indianette and graduated from Anderson High School in 1968. So many wonderful memories. My brother and I both graduated from Anderson, and we could have gone to Frankton High School, but we opted to pay a lot of money to come to Anderson because of the opportunities. I did not live in Anderson when the old school burnt, and my heart broke with it, but I still carry a brick in the back of my car just to remind me of what all kinds of wonderful fun times we had at Anderson High School. The basketball games were incredible. The football games were incredible. Lifelong friends. I've seen some old friends tonight, met some new friends, but we all have one thing in common. We all love Anderson High School. This is Anderson, Indiana, and we will forever hold Anderson in our hearts, and hopefully it will be standing for many, many years to come. Thanks, and have a great holiday.
Manners and Diana Townsend Manners, actually, in high school. And I'm from the class of 1976. It was a blast to be back in the Wigwam. I no longer live in Anderson. In fact, I no longer have ties to Anderson as my parents moved to Arizona and then moved to Columbus, Indiana, where I live. It was great to see the old traditions back. And I tell you, I had a great time in high school. I was in a lot of clubs. I met a lot of people. I still have friends from high school I see regularly, but it's events like this and reunions where I realize the value of our high school experience. There's a shared history that nobody else that I meet after high school will ever have. And we all grew up in Anderson. We all grew up in the Indian wigwam tradition, and no one else knows that. And it's comforting to be back. It's fun. I have so many memories of high school. I could be on this tape forever, but I just want to say that it's been a blessing in my life to have had all these friends and developed the friendships I did, and it's really nice that we can get together with all the classes and everybody shares a common basis. We were all Indians. We were all proud to be Indians. Townsend, now Diana Manners, from the class of 76. We were the bicentennial year class. We were also the 100th graduating class at Anderson High School. I remember all the girls got to carry red roses with green leaves, of course, for the 100th graduating class in our ceremonies for commencement. I have so many memories of high school. I don't know that I could even keep them all on tape. It was a blast to be back at the Wigwam. It was sad to me that it wasn't filled to the gills. I remember sitting up in section XX from Northside Junior High when I was in junior high, and it was full. You could not move. We were happy to be in there with the ticket. But one thing I realized with a gathering like this, I've met people from other classes. I may have seen them in the halls. I may not have known them at all. But we share a history, and we're always Indians. Once an Indian, always an Indian. You can't take that away from us. The friendships I made in high school, of course, are great. I'm still in touch with a lot of people, but there's a shared history here. Everyone you meet after high school can't understand that. We've all grown up in Anderson. We all had fun in Anderson. I was in a lot of clubs and had a lot of fun. But as I look back on it, the real value of Anderson High School was the spirit we had, the people we met who are always proud to be an Indian.
And hooking us all back up with the Facebook, this internet thing has just gone crazy. And the school spirit tonight was almost unbelievable. Thanks to everybody that came and showed your spirit and your dedication to our legacy of Anderson High School. Tim Davis, 77.